What is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hoop Money here with another video for you guys today. Today we are going to be teaching you guys how to make $1 million in 20 years. So if you enjoy the content of the video, remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. And don't forget to hit the like button because that shows this video to other people if you hit the like button. And it helps grow my channel. It's the #1 way to support me. So make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to investing and you'd like to get started, you can deposit $100 to WeBull using the link below, and you get a few free stocks. I get a few free stocks as well, so that's another way to support my channel if you really enjoy the content. That being said, let's get right into the content of this video. Alright, so here we are in Excel where I'm going to show you guys a visual representation on how to make $1 million in 20 years given that you make a monthly investment. So every month you make a deposit into your trading account. So first let's go over the variables. First we're going to assume an interest rate of 8% per year. Now this varies, so 7 to 8% is typically the average return of the S&P 500. However, it varies from year to year. As you see, 2020 was a crazy year for stocks, so it isn't as likely that other years are going to perform as well as that. So we're going to use a very modest average of 8%, assuming that you guys do a little bit better than S&P 500 and make 8% per year. The second variable is going to be years, so we have 20 here. Monthly investment, we haven't found that out yet, but we're going to find that out soon. And then investment periods, that is going to be 240, which is 20 times 12. We're investing every month for 20 years. That's 240 total months. Monthly rate, this is going to be 0.67%. This is about you're going to make from your investments per month. This compounds every month, so your initial investment will compound 240 times at 0.67%. So the reason that we're doing monthly investments instead of yearly investments is because the more that you compound your investment, so the more you deposit in your account, even if it's not as big, the more money you will make in the long term. I'll give you an example right now. Let's say $12,000 per year. If you invest $12,000 per year and you assume the 8% return, you'll be making less money than if you did $1,000 a month at the 0.67% return. So basically, the more compound periods you get, the more profit you're going to make. So if you invest daily, you'll make even more money. By minute, even more money. And then continuously, which is another like compound frequency, which isn't really gonna ever happen. That's if you're continuously at a constant rate putting this money into your investments. It also means the stock market has to be open continuously. So this is not realistic. So we're gonna go with monthly. But all in all, the more frequently you invest your capital, the earlier it gets deposited, the more return it's going to make in the long run. And that is just from the concept of the time value of money. If you don't invest that capital now, it's going to be just waiting in your savings account and you're not going to be making money on that capital. All right, and then we have our goal of $1 million right here. And then the total investment, this is basically going to be a sum of all your monthly investments right here. And if you want to download this spreadsheet, I also have a link below next to the WeBull link in the description. Free of charge, absolutely free. All I ask is that you like this video. Alright, so if we want to figure out what our monthly investment is, we're going to have to use the solver tool in Excel. So in order to install the solver tool, you're going to have to go to options, add-ins, and then here's the solver add-in. Click go, you make sure it's in. I have a few others. I'm going to get rid of this Bloomberg tool because I don't even have Bloomberg. And we're going to hit OK. Then to access the solver tool, you're going to data, solver. So this is where it gets a little confusing. The solver tool is not that easy, but if you understand it, it'll make sense. So try to follow along with what I'm doing. So we're going to set the objective. So the objective is $1 million, right? So what cell is going to be $1 million? It's going to be your 240th monthly deposit. All right, so right here, we're going to click this cell because this is going to be the cumulative investment. and we're going to set that to a value of 1 million. So the next thing it says by changing variable cells. So what are we going to want to change? This is basically what we're solving for in this. So we want to know what our monthly investment is. So that's why it's D7 right now. And then there's constraints. So we don't even need this right now, so I'm going to delete it. I set it to be, this number has to be greater than or equal to 0. But you can also play around with this. Say you only have $1,000 a month to invest. Boom, you can make that your constraint. You can make it less than or equal to 1,000. I'm going to say it right now, you're going to need more than $1,000 invested a month in order to make $1 million in 20 years. But that's something you can do if you do have a budget. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this constraint. All right, and then I'm just going to solve. Keep solver solution, and boom, we have it. So here we go. The monthly investment is right here, and it is $1,683. So you're going to have $1,684 a month essentially to invest in order to make $1 million in 20 years. Now I'm going to explain how this is set up real quick. So right here is your initial investment. You deposit this amount of money in as soon as you start, all right? And then every month you keep on depositing. So I have it right here as your monthly investment. So this formula is a little bit more tricky, as you can see up here, but we're going to break it down for you. So what this does is it takes your investment from the previous month, it multiplies it times your monthly rate plus 1 in order to get what its value would be worth in a month from today. So what this value is from a month from today. Since your investment next month hasn't gained any value, we just tack it on to the end. We add it on, and then your total value right here will be $3,378. This next cell down, it's the exact same formula, but we're going to go off our total value of last month, multiply it times 1 plus 0.67%. Then we're going to add on our new monthly investment. And this comes out to $5,084. So basically we keep that process going of the previous total investment growing by 0.67% a month, and then we add on $1,684 a month, and then we keep going and going and going and going until we're finally here at the 240th payment, which is 20 years from now, and we'll have exactly $1 million. Now keep in mind, like I said, you're not going to get an exact return of 0.67% a month. So that is literally just a variable that can change, and it's not in your control. But we're going off historical averages here, and we're giving ourselves a modest 8% return a year, which is honestly, like, you can get much higher than 8% return per year if you invest in like different individual stocks that grow more than 8% per year. They have more potential to grow, but we're just going with the average now. We're making it simple for you guys, and we're going to go with 0.67% per month to just make it as simple as possible. So another issue with this exact chart is that maybe 10 years from now, you make more money, all right? And you have more money to invest in 10 years from now, or in 15 years from now, or even in 5 years from now. So, a $1,600 payment per month might not always be the payment you're making per month to the stock market. And you might have less money now to invest. So, we can account for this. You're going to just have to invest incrementally more money in the future, but you'll still make it to $1 million. So, I've also set up another page of the Excel sheet, and we're going to flip to that right now. All right, so we go to the Scenario 2 tab right here on the spreadsheet, and we have different max investments. So this one I also used Solver for, but it's a bit more complicated. If you want, you can just play around with this, enter different values. Start with like 1,000 maybe, and keep going up and up and up. I found out that you get pretty darn close to $1 million if you literally just go 1,000, 1,100, and you continue this pattern. We're adding $100 a year. You get pretty close to $1 million if you just continue this same pattern where you just add $100 a year to your monthly payment. But for now, we're just not gonna do that because we did it with Solver. I entered in different values and then I set my constraints up here. So as you can see, we made each one our maximum, what we're gonna allow it, and then we press solve. Boom. The only thing that changed was year 2 and 12 to make it, I guess, simple as possible. But it comes down to $1 million a year in the end, which is awesome. And as you can see, the monthly payment gets more and more incrementally over time as your income increases, which might be a more realistic way to achieve this goal. Now, that all being said, this strategy might not be better than this strategy, and I'll tell you why. So you see how you're paying so much more a month in these later years, and it's not even that much less in the earlier years. So this goes back to the point of the time value of money. Right here, when you're investing $1,600 a month, roughly $1,700 a month, this money can compound for 240 periods, all right? Which is crazy. That's so many periods for it to compound, all right? This 1,000 is also compounding for the same amount of periods, but what you have to take into consideration is it's not as much money as this investment. So this is what's gonna get you. So the earlier you invest, this is a visual representation of why the earlier you invest in your life, the better, because it compounds. You get that compound interest. You spend so much less over time just because you make more from these investments. Compound interest is your friend. This is why investing for the long term is one of the best things you can do for your financial goals. That's going to be it for the video for you guys today. If you guys learned something, don't forget to hit the like button. That's all I ask from you guys. Hit the like button. Help my content get exposed to other people who have similar financial goals and they want to, and we'll build the best community on YouTube together. All right. So if you're new to investing and you want to invest, you can also help me out by depositing $100 into WeBull using the link below. And that'll get us both some free stocks. So, win-win. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys all become millionaires in 20 years. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.